What's going on, everybody? This is Island Hopper TV coming to you from Stockholm, Sweden. Today we are going to do a walking tour and a travel guide going to some of the museums and the old town. We go to the Viking Museum. You're going to want to stick around for that. Also the Voss Museum. And walk around the waterfront, the Parliament, show you this beautiful city up here in Scandinavia. Let's begin. So the first thing I want to say is Stockholm Metro has about 2.3 million people. If you just include Stockholm alone, it's around 1 million. The airport, Arlanda, is just outside of Stockholm's city center, about 18 minutes by high-speed train. So we're gonna go head down to the old town after we cruise around here a little bit. Oh, busy in Europe right now. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually head into the old town here, away from the waterfront. And this is where Stockholm really takes on its unique character, is walking through these alleyways. I would say Old Town Stockholm is probably one of my favorites, especially in Northern Europe. There's not a better old town that I've seen. Oslo, Bergen, I would have to say even better than Copenhagen or Amsterdam. Just generally like what I see. What's he got to say? That's interesting. He's just looking up. Last time I was here, it was in November of like 2015. And it was cold and gray. But I remember noticing how many people like stay indoors, and it appeared like they create these dens for thinking. The Swedish spend a lot of time indoors in the winters thinking, like scientists. Supposedly there's the thinnest walkway in Sweden over here. I think we're coming to it now. Yeah. This right here is the thinnest road. Last time I was here, I stayed right here for a really affordable price. Impressive. What do you guys say we go find some water? Because that was what I realized, I needed more water while I was traveling, and some museums. It's very easy to get around Stockholm by public transportation. There's the hop on, hop off bus, which I may actually end up getting on, but look at this right here on the actual waterfront that's not being restored. Look at that. Oh, it's going to Gothenburg of Sweden. That's a town. It's a city. Kind of closer to Copenhagen. Is that where this is going? That'd be way too slow. That's amazing. New Maiden Voyage. Unbelievable. Look at those masts. That is a sight to behold. It's called the Gothborg. So, old Gothberg right there. We got another old vessel there, and a new one, a cruise ship called the World, just anchored out there. Looks like they're doing some renovations along the waterfront here, so I don't know exactly what the deal is. And we've now arrived at the Royal Palace. See Seems like they've got something going on here. I don't know. What is the deal? Oh.
Fyra enheter som utbildar eller utbildas vid Livgardet. 11:e militärpolisbataljonen, 12.
Erickson. Anyway, yeah, that was the changing of the guard, and a lot of people show up for that. Way too many people were concentrated in one area for that show, so I didn't stick around, but you saw the parade. That happened around about 12 p.m. here on a Wednesday. I don't know if that's every day or what. That caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that. That was at the Royal Palace. Do you know 10 million people live in Sweden? That's almost double Finland. I think double Norway. So Sweden is definitely the biggest Scandinavian country. I think Denmark's only got 5 million as well. It's almost like, to me, Sweden seems like the capital of Scandinavia. But if you ask anyone else, they'll tell you Copenhagen. To me, it's got to be Sweden. You would think it would be Norway. Nope, Sweden. Although for the airports, Copenhagen has the airport that everyone internationally arrives at. Then they filter them through Copenhagen, because it's definitely not Arlanda here in Stockholm. Well, very nice old town. Carl Gustaf III. I walked around here last time in the winter, and there was like literally no one down here. So depending on the time of year you're here, depends on how busy Stockholm gets, on the streets at least. People will mostly be indoors. Look at all these museums. I mean, they've got the National Museum right over there. I'm personally trying to go to the Vasa. Wow, this is so much busier than last time I was here. Typical Europe. Busy in the summer with tourists. It's crazy because you'll talk to people and ask them about Scandinavia, and you'll say, which one's the best place to go? Copenhagen, Oslo, Helsinki, Stockholm, Gothenburg. You know, where is it? Everyone always says Copenhagen. That was like my least favorite of all the Scandinavian places. It was all right, but if you compare Copenhagen to Oslo, it's Oslo. If you compare Stockholm to Copenhagen, Stockholm. So I don't know. I don't know about these travel vlogs and their information. Front you have the Grand Hotel. All right, right here on this little waterfront by the Vasa Museum. That's where we're headed next. Got some outdoor seating. There's two museums over here. That's the Nordiska, and here's the Vasa, which is the ship maritime museum. In Sweden, Museet is museum. There's the Nordiska. That one looks like a very impressive structure. So here's this big ship we got. Oh, big ship right here. Let's take a look at it. Oh man, you can even go down below and check it out down there. Okay, this is a huge boat. There's the original. Wow, look at that sucker. You never really hear about the Swedish when it comes to exploration compared to the British or the Dutch or the Spanish. I mean, after all, no one is speaking Swedish outside of Sweden. You can see that they're missing a lot of teeth back there. And that's what it looks like now. So that was a really cool museum. There's also a Shipwreck Museum. You get it for 290 crowns. Comes out to around about $35 to $40. I don't know the conversion rate exactly. But long story short, the reason it sank was because it just didn't float well. So whoever designed it was too top heavy, and it was in the water for about 15 minutes and it sunk just off an island right over here. And the reason they were able to recover it, unlike most ships that have like a historical background, is because it basically sunk right in the brackish waters of the Baltic, which preserved the wood. So it never really had a history. All right, so here we are at Nordiska Museet. Let's go in here. Is it open? Yep. It's like a castle. All right, now we're coming up to another museum. These are all next to each other, the Vasa, the Nordiska, and the Viking Museum. Right along the waterfront here. And they actually have a big theme park, which you can see right there. You can see the roller coaster, swings. It's good fun. This is the Spirit Museum. So there's just a lot of museums out here in Stockholm. Probably one of the best cities in Europe for history from what I've experienced. I mean, yeah, Florence is up there, but Stockholm for sure. Things you didn't know you wanted. What kind of antiques could possibly be on there? All right, here's the Viking Museum. And right next to that, Museum of Wrecks. But let's see what's up with the Viking Museum here. This is a great Viking museum. I'm learning a lot here. All right, here's the Museum of Wrecks. So far I've gone to the Nordiska, which is $13. The Viking Museum is $17. And then the Vasa Museum is $30, thereabouts, about $28. So I've done 4 museums within the span of a few hours and totally worth it. Amazing museums. So here is GronaLund. You can see. Okay, so here's the entrance right here, GronaLund, you can see. You got a roller coaster, some high swings. There's their website, GronaLund.com. Buy your ticket to ride online. There's some of the prices. Probably the one you wanted. Unlimited access to the games. Oh man, here comes the rain. Okay, so we're on the ferry boat. And it's raining. Man. Oh. There they go. Higher and higher. Oh wow. We just crossed the water here. So now we are actually headed towards the old town again. It's raining. Just got off that ferry to cross the waterway there. But what I really want to do is walk this island also, so I decided to get off. Yeah, the Nordiska Museum is right here, but the problem is the rain is really coming down hard now. Went from a beautiful day where it was actually too warm to wear a rain jacket to now it's like you got to have a rain jacket. It's kind of chilly. Look at these little ducks. Oh, look at that little fledgling. Mama duck. Man, it's looking ominous out, actually. It's looking real ominous. Oh my God. This is great. Right here in the middle of a storm. It just came out of nowhere. I'm gonna really have to run across that bridge if that's the case. I have no idea how this affects this camera either. Maybe I'll take shelter under a tree for a little bit. Yeah, this tree's quite the great umbrella actually. Man, that just came literally out of nowhere. Alright, so after spending some time in the toy museum, which looks like a nice enough museum if you wanted to explore. It's like under the ground actually, but I sat down at the cafe and had some salad and like a cheese pie. Tasted good, man. Never had a cheese pie before. Maybe it's quiche. I don't speak any Swedish, and so what the name that she told me it was, I don't know. Now we're going across the bridge again. So this is an area that we were already exploring earlier. This is actually where the National Museum is. Just crazy how the weather has changed so dramatically. Maybe I'll have to do one of those. There's a taxi. I mean, I could have got a taxi or an Uber if I wanted, but man, that rain when it was coming down hard. Actually, I was looking at this forecast. It doesn't seem like it's done either, but I'm heading that way to a really popular place. I was looking on Google Maps. Okay, so there's the National Museum, but I've gone to so many museums and I love them all, and I'm actually could go to that one, but I'm just gonna keep going. Inbound ferry boat. Yeah, I mean, I've been to so many museums. You guys are probably bored with museums. You get the point. Stockholm has the museums on lockdown. Actually, you could probably spend a week here doing museums. They call it the Paris of the North. Yeah, see? Even the captain of the boat agrees. You ring the bell. Stockholm's up there. Oslo was amazing, but I gotta be honest, Stockholm's really a doozy. I was surprised the reviews of Stockholm. Like, people, they just kind of, oh, it's okay. Someone said it was better than in Copenhagen. They said Copenhagen was better to visit, because people are like, where should I visit? Copenhagen or Stockholm in Scandinavia? People actually said Copenhagen. I'm gonna say Stockholm over Copenhagen. Nothing against Copenhagen, but Stockholm's awesome. Oh, right here, summer, Swedish Royal Opera. That's cool. Opera is really popular in Europe. Anyway, they got this outdoor seating. Me personally, hey, there's the red bus. Hop on, hop off. Indoor, look at that. They got a retractable roof. Sorry guys, we're experiencing all 4 seasons here in Sweden with flowers. I don't know, man. I don't know if it's gonna dry up either. Aside from being absolutely drenched with no umbrella, because I'm a goofball like that, I don't bring umbrellas. Plus I lost my luggage. Even if I had one, I wouldn't be able to use it because I lost my luggage. I don't necessarily blame Norwegian Airlines for that, because they are so busy. Oh, was that the Medieval Museum? I don't know. But yeah, I don't necessarily blame them. Although I would like to have my luggage. And if it goes on for too many days, I might start saying that they're a bit incompetent, but I'll give them about 48 hours of not having my fresh set of clothes changed before I start getting real huffy and puffy. But yeah, I flew in from Bergen through Oslo, and man, that's why I'm kind of like, oh man, if I get wet, this is all I got. I actually have to go to the mall and get like a toothbrush and new boxers for sure. New boxers, because you know, I'm not gonna wear the same boxers two days in a row. No way. That's the biggest thing. The pants, I'll wear those 2 days in a row, no problem. The shirt, 2 days for that, tops. This jacket, whole week, no problem. All right, so we've arrived. Okay. Drottninggatan. Oh, that's the name of the road, Drottninggatan. It's a nice little walking area. I was surprised in the Viking Museum to find out the Vikings had gone all the way as far south as Constantinople, which is today known as Istanbul. But yeah, when they arrived down there in Istanbul, they didn't have any value to offer, so they couldn't really trade. They went all the way down there and they realized they needed to figure something out, and that was when they found the new religion, which took them away from, which kind of transitioned them away from, it was the beginning of the transition away from Thor or Odin, that kind of stuff. I don't know the exact history on the development of Christianity into Sweden, but that was kind of what I gathered, was when they arrived in Constantinople, which was part of the Roman Empire at the time. They saw some cathedrals there and they were like, whoa. Now this is a real big time central station here. This is, you can see Centralen, Stockholm City. I think they've got a mall around here. Let's see. I think this is Master Gustafsson. Let me see, there's a road here, like a main drag. I think it's one more down. Alhen City. Sweden. Okay. Alhens. Centralen. Ah, here's the mall. So I've found a mall. Everyone's in the mall. Alhens. Okay. Well, I'm gonna walk through the mall and see what I can find. All right, we are now on Guler. So we're just kind of cruising around Stockholm at this point. I checked the luggage status for my bags and they still haven't traced it, so they don't know where it's at. We're coming up on 24 hours. Seems like if you don't need to travel right now during the summer, it's probably best. All right, and here we are at the Swedish Parliament building here. You got a great view right outside this courtyard here. Oh man. It's like Constantinople over here, Istanbul. If you guys are enjoying this tour so far, please do hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel as we can continue to show you around Scandinavia. Okay. And from the Parliament, now we'll go back across the bridge here. It's a beautiful day. And back over the bridge we go. Beautiful day. 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, maybe around 62. I don't know how many degrees Celsius. I don't know actually. Maybe 17 or 18 degrees Celsius. It's a beautiful view there. Let's go under the bridge near the river. All right. All right. Well, we are back in business. I got a new bag. I'll show it to you here in a second. It's a bit smaller than what I was cruising around with, but it's pretty big. You can see. I like it. Anyways, what an interesting road this is. Great walking street. is actually called Drottninggatan. I know I didn't say that right, so try and sound it out in the comments if you want, but it's a main drag out here. Now I've got to get some hygiene stuff. Let's see. All right, everybody, that's going to conclude this episode of Island Hopper TV from Stockholm, Sweden. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, and we'll see you on the next one.